it's your poker guy and welcome back to another podcast. And भाई आज अपने साथ है the main event champion of the WPT India 2023, taking down that massive main event जिसकी इतनी ज़्यादा entries थी, and to come out on top, I have Prasith Chowdhury with me. It's going to be a crazy podcast, and it's equivalent to saying कि इंडिया का मनी मेकर मोमेंट हो चुका है कि नहीं हो चुका है, आपको बताना है वो. But really excited to have Prasith with me. Thank you so much, Prasith, for taking time out. Welcome, man.
Thank you so much यार. It's an honor being a part of your podcast. और मैं खुद भी excited था. So when you came forward with the idea कि एक podcast करना है, तो I was equally excited and so finally this is happening. और
yes.
अच्छा लग रहा है यार, मतलब सही है.
मतलब मोमेंट भी इतना क्रेजी है कि it's completely it's a need of the hour because it's crazy, man. Like WPT main event champion, what zone are you in right now? क्या zone में चल रहे हो?
To be honest with you, the feeling has not completely sunk in. है ना, insane. It's an insane feeling. मैं बता नहीं सकता आपको वर्ड्स में कि कैसा फील कर रहा हूँ. Just you have to be me to feel it, right? To be honest, but at the same time, I'm very touched and humbled and grateful. And this is what I have consciously decided to maintain. The guy has not changed. It's just that my bank account has grown by a few lakhs, and rest other than that, it's the same guy, same down to earth. And that is the reason after the event got over, I did not decide to stay back in Goa for long. I came back home and started doing my regular thing, the grocery stuff, the regular bill payments, the regular
got it.
Okay, to be in touch with your real life, so that this does not make me fly out of the world. So but other than this being said, बहुत ही अनरियल फीलिंग है टू बी एक्सेप्टेड बाय द कम्युनिटी. जिन प्लेयर्स के साथ मैं ऑलरेडी जानता था, मतलब ऑनलाइन पे भी मैंने देखा हुआ है, या मैं पोकर गुरु पढ़ता था, तो जिन जिन लोगों को मैं देखता था कि एब्सोल्यूट क्रशर्स, उनको मैंने सामने से देखा एंड उनसे मिला. और अभी तो मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पे भी उनसे कनेक्ट कर लिया कुछ लोगों से. तो द फीलिंग इज रियली एब्सोल्युटली रियल, इनसेन.
Crazy. You said you have to be me to feel this. I think everyone in the poker community would love to be you at the moment. They would love to get that. And you said bank account grew by a few lakhs. So जो लोग देख रहे हैं उनको बता दो, it's 86 lakhs और ऊपर से 60,000 है, वो मैं बोला भी नहीं. So that is the amount that he wants. So congratulations for Prasith again. And let's I'm sure we will discuss all of this, but let's just know a little bit about Prasith firstly. Okay, what is your story? And I believe you're an engineer. So if you can just give us a quick brief, आपका स्टोरी क्या है, आप कभी पोकर भी चालू किए और क्या इंजीनियरिंग भी कहाँ पढ़ी है, क्या किया है आपने, प्लीज अगर वो बताएं. And how old are you also, if you can?
Yeah. So basically, I am from Kolkata, and I did my graduation from SRM University, and then after that, I was working for a few years in Bangalore. So I picked up poker actually in Bangalore. Matlab, I was playing the 100 rupees by once I came to my final year, final sem. I think that is when I started playing, getting exposed to poker. But that was between friends and a casual one. But it was in Bangalore where I got exposed to some serious poker. And so I used to do my regular work, and after office I used to go there and play. And obviously it was losses, and it was big losses at that point of time, and the lessons were expensive, but I'm grateful that I took those losses at that time to which eventually added up to this. It's never a hunky dory thing. It has started I have seen bad days as well, okay, from poker. Even though I was never a professional player, still never am. I mean, till date, I am not a professional player. I'm a recreational player. But all those experiences have culminated and added up to this very moment. And I'm really, really grateful to the game, to the poker gods, if there is any. And
there surely is.
The thing has been really kind. The thing has been really kind. And yeah, that's about it. Or hopefully not the last time you will be seeing me. course,
Absolutely.
this will be doing that, some of the tours that, my schedule may permit, and hopefully run good.
Awesome. No, so coming back, so आपने engineering किया. How was engineering life like? And तभी poker से आप introduce हुए थे. Was it like the culture in your engineering college also? Were everyone involved in poker only?
So the thing is that engineering. Engineering, I did not really like, to be honest with you. I'm an electronics and communication engineer,
Sure.
so I did not really like, the technical side of it once I got into college. But then eventually I had to get my degree, so
Finish
I
it.
got
Yeah, yeah.
finish it because बहुत पैसों की बातें है ना?
Yeah, plus degree भी
और
चाहिए.
घर वाले दे रहे थे, तो घर वाले फिर घर में रहने नहीं देते, डिसोन कर देते.
जी जी जी, absolutely.
But jokes aside, I had to get a degree, which is very important for everyone who is watching this show, and especially people who are just out of school and planning to. So I would tell them that regular life, a regular degree, a regular job, and then figure out if this game is for you or not, as a recreational or as a professional. So this is one thing. Not to get carried away with this figures or this success, because this was long due. This has been a long journey. It's not a one day thing. I'm
Correct.
just making it very clear. Okay, it's not like I've been
No,
playing
that's
poker.
what we will cover the entire thing because I want to cover कि बैंगलोर
Yeah.
में भी जब आपने कहा कि there were losses, तो what
Mhm.
stakes were you playing? Did you have any? तभी कुछ था ऐसा प्लान था because see, I understand when we all start recreationally कुछ पता ही नहीं कि अपने को कम stakes पे खेलना है, जो मिल गया खेलने बैठ जाते हो और जो पैसा आपका परमिट करता है उतने में आप बैठ जाते हो. So
Exactly.
correct.
Exactly.
So बैंगलोर में आपको was it were you working in a startup vibe था?
So I was working in a company, and then I was working in sales. Okay, and then after that, sales itself is hectic, and the love of the game brought me to the clubs, the poker clubs of Bangalore, and then I was playing 2.5 and 5K. But
Okay,
the games are, very. The games go deep, especially in the weekends,
correct.
right? And yeah, I was taking losses. I would not like to, mention the
Sure,
figure.
sure, sure, sure,
It was a decent amount of,
sure.
a decent amount to, to consider as a loss, right?
Correct.
So the bankroll management is the most important thing. That time I had no idea,
No
zero
idea.
idea what bankroll management is.
Absolutely, man. 100%. Nice. So we covered the early signs of poker where negatives the, positives the, that's how it was happening. Let's dive into what happened this April. Let's go to the story.
Before I go further, I would also like to put in one point, because I'm sure there is a wide range of viewers, especially for the people who are just getting exposed to poker. I would say that having a success or a score as good as what happened to me recently in your starting stages of poker is very very detrimental, because it gives you a hunky dory picture of the game, which is not true. So I suggest that people who are going through the hustle in the initial stages are the ones. Don't give up, right? Because once you give, that is the real poker, right? So it is best that you go through the lows and
The
the
grind, the build your bankroll, move up stakes one by
yeah,
one, all
then
that.
only
Yeah,
you'll appreciate what comes to you in the form of a major tournament success or a good cash game session, whatever it is. So don't look for early success, and especially huge success, because it will completely blow you off, throw you off the process. Enjoy the journey, and things will surely work out. If it can work out for me, it surely can work out. And for
sure.
people who are already there far longer in this, in this area, in this game, they already know this. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, let's straight dive into the main event journey because आपका journey काफी exciting था. We discussed it on call where you told me about the entire piece and I want to dive deeper into it. तो मुझे बताओ क्या हुआ आप how did the entire main event thing happen? Okay, let's dive first before we dive into this. Before you came to Goa, जब आप आ रहे थे तो माइंड में क्या था कि यार ये WPT से मैं क्या लेके जाऊंगा पहले क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन थी वो बात करिए.
Okay, so now coming to the the exciting part of the podcast, ज्ञान बहुत हो गया.
हाँ.
जब मैं बैंगलोर में था तभी मैंने सुना था कि WPT हो रहा है. आई थिंक दिस वाज द थर्ड एपिसोड ऑफ WPT इंडिया, राइट?
Yeah,
इफ आई एम नॉट
I
रॉन्ग.
might not be. Yeah, I don't have the
आई
idea, but
थिंक
yeah,
तो मेरे पहले से ही हम यूट्यूब में देखते थे कि WPT हो रहा है, और फिर इंडिया में आया. बट व्हाट हैपेंड इज दैट इस बार, while I am home, this thing came up, and I had to get my family on board. You know, I have not really told them. Obviously, as an Indian family, they would not be
Sure.
accepting, especially the older generation. They would not be accepting this game of poker, or as a game of skill or a game at all. They would consider it as gambling.
Correct.
So first hurdle was कि भाई इनको मनाना है कि भाई ये एक एक्सपीरियंस है, एक रेप्यूटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इट्स अ वर्ल्ड क्लास इवेंट, आई हैव टू बी देयर. ठीक है, फिर कब मौका मिले ना मिले, राइट. तो उसके बाद व्हेन वंस द इवेंट स्टार्टेड, उसके एक दिन पहले तो मैंने टिकट कराया था गोवा.
Oh
ठीक
wow.
है,
Okay.
एक दिन पहले. ठीक है, एंड वट एवर होटल आई गॉट, आई जस्ट टुक इट. इट जस्ट हैड टू बी नियर द एक्शन, राइट,
Correct.
नॉट टू
Correct.
अवे. राइट, सो वो मैंने किया. उसके बाद फर्स्ट डे जब मैं पहुंचा, उसके बाद उस दिन रात को, जिस दिन इवेंट शुरू हो रहा था, आई थिंक 12th
But
ऑफ
आपके expectations क्या थे? Expectations क्या थे when you were going for it?
expectation was just the experience, just
Okay. तो कुछ
purely the
पैसे का बात था
experience.
ही नहीं, पैसे की बात
कुछ
थी नहीं.
पैसे का होता ही नहीं है. एंड लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट हियर, कोई भी अगर जो टूर्नामेंट खेलते हैं, राइट, यू आई एम श्योर यू आल्सो हैव प्लेड. जी, टूर्नामेंट डीप रन करना, लेट अलोन विनिंग, जस्ट डीप रन करना इटसेल्फ हैज अ लॉट ऑफ फैक्टर्स.
Correct.
अगर आप ये
Correct.
सोच के चलोगे प्री प्लान कि हाँ मुझे डीप रन करना है, वो होता नहीं है ऐसे.
Correct. Of
Right?
course. Of course.
Enjoy the process and go step by step. I just
Correct.
went for the experience.
Got it.
Process छोड़ी दो, just for the experience कि हाँ मैंने इस लेवल का एक इवेंट मैंने खेला है.
Got
राइट.
it.
सो उससे पहले मैंने एक दिन जस्ट जिस दिन इवेंट शुरू हो रहा था 12th को, उससे पहले 11th नाइट को मैं जाके डेल्टिन रॉयल जहाँ पे वो इवेंट हो रहा था, उसका एक फील लिया. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम आई वेंट टू दैट टॉप. उससे पहले आई हैव गॉन टू अदर casinos in Goa, but not that one. So I went there, just got a feel of it, came back, slept off, and then the next day, went with the excitement. Couple of people from Kolkata went there. A couple of them were reeling me also in the final table and the final moment. तो उनके साथ भी थोड़ा सा चिल किया पहले दिन. ठीक है, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट डे से जब इवेंट शुरू हुआ, वी न्यू दैट इट वुड बी अ ग्राइंड,
Correct.
समथिंग दैट आई एम यूज्ड टू. But playing tournament, but I'm not a tournament player, so I just went there and tried to give my best. So 50K freeze out पहले दिन खेला, and I busted after the late rage closed. And then the first exposure to the main event happened. That was the main event satellite, that day 1A का. उसमें भी मैंने अपना luck try किया, and I did not qualify in that also. So then eventually you ask me the next questions and I'll give you one by one. Otherwise it will
Sure.
go on.
No,
Let's keep it
perfect.
one track.
So
So this was
you
my
are
first day of WPT. That is on 12th. So I played the 50K freeze out and I busted that. And then I played the satellite to the main
got it.
event 1A, which also I busted.
Correct. And you had budgeted and cover, right? कि आपको कितना spend करना है on the WPT. अभी assuming कि कुछ in cash भी नहीं हुआ और मेरा हुआ, तो I'm okay to play in worth so much. You had come with that object. You already knew,
Yes,
right?
yes. I had come with that budget in mind. ठीक है,
Okay.
that is very important and the most important thing. कि in case if things don't work out, which happens most of the time by the way,
Correct.
guys. राइट, कि आप एक्सपेक्ट करके ही चलो कि सक्सेस आपको टूर्नामेंट में स्कोर नहीं मिलेगा मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स,
Correct.
80% ऑफ द टाइम. तो मैं वही मान के गया था, एक बजट लेके गया था, which is was comfortable and at the same time not stressful for me, so that I can enjoy the WPT experience, right?
Got
So
it. So okay, so we moved to day 13th April, and उस दिन was it the day 1A of the main event?
yes, absolutely.
ठीक है. So बताइए क्या हुआ आपने, you played, how long did you play, what happened that day?
So the event started at around 1 p.m. So I went around, I think, 2 p.m., which is after roughly 1.5 levels of play. And I registered, and I ran deep also. I think 12.5% of the field, 23 people were to get the seat to the day two,
Day 2.
and qualify with the stacks. So I busted around 54 at around. So I started around 2 and I busted around 10:30 or 11. I
Wow. So अच्छा 9 hours का grind हुआ, but you come back, और इसकी buy-in है 65,000 rupees for everyone watching. So 65,000 rupees की buy-in है, and ठीक है. So of course आप साथ में कोई tournament नहीं खेल सकते, तो you go back home very do you go back home in the mindset कि यार मतलब यार what again, I'm going to play it again tomorrow?
So the thing was that थोड़ा सा फ्रस्ट्रेशन और या थोड़ा सा डिप्रेशन तो था कि इतना पास जाके क्वालिफाई ना होना.
हाँ.
ठीक है, so and it was a decent hand also. I got busted with ace king. Unfortunately, the other guy wakes up with a pocket pair. His pocket pairs hold.
Holds.
ठीक है, so and I was down to 6 BBs. So it's a very standard shot.
श्योर।
सो उसके बाद मैंने सोचा कि यार लेट्स ट्राई टू, बिकॉज 65,000 इज ऑल्सो लॉट ऑफ मनी. ठीक है, इट वॉज बिफोर ऑल्सो एंड इवन नाउ इट इज.
ऑफ
तो
कोर्स, करेक्ट।
or even let's say for that matter even 2000, 1000, or any amount of rupee. So this is one, the reason I'm saying this is because ये नहीं होना चाहिए. This is a lesson that any amount of money, चाहे आप जितना भी आगे चले जाओ, whatever amount of money you have in your bank account, but you should value money, right? So 65,000 rupees was has gone down the drain, and then I decided कि यार कैश गेम में थोड़ा ट्राई कर.
अच्छा,
ठीक
उसी
है.
दिन आपने कैश डे खेल दिया, डे आने के बाद
हाँ,
आपने कैश
कैश
गेम में
गेम.
बैठे?
हाँ, so the thing, as I told you, I love the process, the grind basically. है ना. सो आई एम यूज्ड टू प्लेइंग फॉर लॉन्ग. जब मैं खेलता हूँ, मैं कम खेलता हूँ, लेकिन जब मैं खेलता हूँ आई ट्राई टू पुट इन द आवर्स. So after
करेक्ट।
that, I went the very next room. The cash games were going on. So I go there, play, and win some money. Not the entire amount, but win some money. So I went home, and around 4 a.m. in the morning, I think I went home,
रेडी टू कम बैक नेक्स्ट डे?
ready to come back next day, and said कि चलो ठीक है. I was able to cover up some of my losses.
गॉट इट।
Let's try. Tomorrow is another day. So
सो
yeah.
आपने डे वन बी पे आ गए, दैट्स योर सेकंड बुलेट उस दिन?
So day one B, so this is how my day one A ended. That is on
करेक्ट,
12th.
करेक्ट।
Not
तो
12th,
13th,
13th. 13th.
14th
So
को
going to 14th.
यू कम फॉर डे वन बी?
Day one B, I come around the same time, around
करेक्ट।
2 or so. Okay, I put my first bullet, right, and I burst that. Okay, and then I go for my third bullet.
थर्ड
Okay,
बुलेट
for
ऑन द,
the
ओके, हाँ, सेकंड बुलेट ऑन दैट सेम डे, हाँ।
second bullet of
करेक्ट।
day two, day
या,
one B, and third bullet for the
ओवरऑल।
entire overall. So and then I go run again deep after the leverage gets closed, and then around 73rd or 74th,
यू बस्ट
around that
अगेन?
I burst again. ठीक
वाओ।
है. And I think 36 people were to ITM in day 1B, which was
करेक्ट,
again 12.5% of the entire amount of players who played day 1B. So
करेक्ट।
36 and 74, मतलब इतना खेल के you again burst 71. Ashish Munot busted me, I
अच्छा।
remember. ठीक है. So I
Wow.
had
So
an
that so you're 1,30,000 rupees down for the day, and moreover the frustration of having busted three times out of the main event, and वो भी एक आपके mind में play कर रहा होगा. Again, same routine, cash games.
so that was also I think around 10 से 11 के बीच में ही मैं burst हो गया था. ठीक है. And then I go to the cash games. ठीक है. And this time the grind was huge. ठीक है. तो मैं गया cash game में, मैंने खेला. ठीक है. I made a very good score at the cash games. ठीक है. I wouldn't be lying, but I played till 9:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So from 2 p.m. last day to 9:30 a.m. in the morning next day, I played. And then I went
Wow.
back home around 10 a.m. I reached home, and I had to change my property because my hotel booking was still that day. So I had to change my property at around 12. So I hardly got to sleep. मतलब एक डेढ़ घंटा ही सोया होगा मैंने. ठीक
हाँ.
है. Slept properly, didn't take a shower. ठीक है. उठते उठते टाइम हो गया था प्रॉपर्टी चेंज करने का. सो आई चेंज्ड माय प्रॉपर्टी अराउंड 12:30. ठीक है. विद जस्ट 1.5 hours ऑफ स्लीप. उसके बाद वंस आई सो हम लोग पंजिम रेसिडेंसी से वी वेंट टू जिंजर हुआ. ठीक है. एंड देयर वी हैड सम ऑफ आवर फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम कोलकाता ओनली हु हैड कम देयर टू प्ले. ठीक है. एंड उन्होंने बोला कि भाई छोड़, क्या मेन इवेंट तो हो नहीं रहा है, यू आर जस्ट बर्निंग मनी, तो जाके कैश गेम ही खेलते हैं. चल, कैश गेम में ठीक ठाक ही खेल लेता हूँ. कैश गेम खेलते हैं, चिल करते हैं थोड़ा. और पिला दिया मुझे 4 बियर.
Oh ho
ठीक है.
ho ho.
तो पीते पीते, एंड देन आई वाज आल्सो फीलिंग अ लिटिल ड्राउजी. ठीक है. बाय दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, तो मैंने थोड़ा सा पावर नैप ले लिया था 10-15 मिनट, आई रिमेम्बर. एंड देन दिस गाइज वर आल्सो हैविंग फन एंड ऑल. एंड देन मेरे अंदर कुछ तो आया, एंड देन आई सेड नहीं यार, चलते हैं. And by 2:30 that day, 2:30 or 3 p.m., day 1C, I'm talking about, which
This is
is
the final flight, right?
final flight, day
Wow.
1C. Already 3 bullets down for the main event on day 1A and 1B. 1 hour, 1.5 hours of sleep, no shower. Okay, and 4 beers down. I go to day 1C. Okay, this is the reality. And around 3 p.m. I register, 3:30 p.m., something like that. And I take my first bullet for day 1C and the fourth bullet for the main. And I was, I crippled down to, I had a short stack, and then Aditya Agarwal busted me. So I had pocket fives. I shoved, and he wakes up with queens, and obviously queens hold. So fourth bullet gone, and then very very
Contagiously.
yeah, very very demotivated.
Yeah, for
In
sure.
not because of the money कि यार हो नहीं रहा है, हो नहीं रहा है. And I had one person whom I asked also, who was from Kolkata. I asked him कि यार क्या करना चाहिए, हो नहीं रहा है. And I was not even playing the side tournaments क्योंकि ओवरलैप हो जाता
आई
है.
अंडरस्टूड, एंड आप एक दिन पे एक ही खेल सकते हो, तो आप सब कुछ नहीं खेल सकते, करेक्ट।
सो उसने मुझे एक अच्छा चीज बोला. उसने बोला कि भाई देख, अब तेरा फोर्थ बुलेट तो तेरा जा चुका है, ठीक है. तो व्हाई नॉट गिव इट अ शॉट, इट्स नॉट
वाओ,
ओवर येट. एक शॉट ले ले फिफ्थ बुलेट. एंड दिस इज एट द एंड ऑफ लेवल 5. सो लेट रजिस्ट्रेशन क्लोजेस एट द एंड ऑफ लेवल 6, विच इज लाइक 30-40 मिनट्स का लेवल था.
ओ
ठीक है,
माय गॉड।
ठीक है. So day 1C, before late registration closes, 30 minutes or 40 minutes before late registration closes, I take my fifth and final bullet.
करेक्ट।
Just hoping
कितना
कि भाई
ब्लाइंड्स मिला था आपको, कितने ब्लाइंड्स मिले थे, कितने ब्लाइंड्स मिले थे ओपनिंग?
around 20 से 20, 25, I think 20-25
ओके,
blinds. I'm not exactly sure. You can check it up in the WPT site because they have the updates. But I think around 20 to 25 big blinds. And a hope कि भाई day 2 पे मिल जाए. And
करेक्ट।
from there, I spun it up, and by once day 1C ended by 1 a.m. in the morning next day. Imagine. So I was the chip leader.
ओ
ठीक है. Chip
माय
leading day
गॉड,
1C.
सही।
And then I went to, and in fact, the chip leader for entire day 2. Like, no, I think I was a second in chips.
So you went into day
For
2
the
second
entire
in chips,
second in chips for day 2, and chip leader for day
day
1C.
1 से।
So this is how I went to day 2.
बॉस, कैसा
And
कैसा लगा रात को 1 बजे जब आप ये स्टैक के साथ डे 1 से डे 2 में पहुंच गए थे? हाउ डिड दैट फील, कि कुछ डिड इट
so
फील
the
डिफरेंट?
feeling was good, thinking कि चलो यार एटलीस्ट मिन कैश तो करूंगा, ठीक है,
करेक्ट।
एक इवेंट में. दिस इज पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2 इज कि द एसी आल्सो स्टॉप्ड वर्किंग ऑन दैट डे. सो
अच्छा।
इमेजिन आई वाज नॉट स्लेप्ट प्रॉपर्ली, नॉट शार्ड, ठीक है. ऊपर से एवरीवन वाज स्वेटिंग, एंड एक पिक्चर भी है जहां पे मैंने चेक किया था, आई थिंक WPT के साइट में या कहीं पे, जहां पे मैं कार्ड लेके ऐसे अपने आप को हवा दे
ओह,
रहा हूँ, ठीक है, पंखे की तरह यूज कर रहा हूँ. सो इट वाज दैट बैड an experience. It was very bad actually. I don't know what the management did. इस experience मतलब इस लेवल पे जो इवेंट है उसमें आपका एसी काम करना बंद कर दे, you grinding for so long,
करेक्ट।
doesn't make sense. Anyway, so once I qualified for day 2, ठीक है, तो ये फीलिंग आया कि चलो एक कुछ तो हुआ. That was my immediate goal, as I told you, कि day 2 हो जाए, एक होप. तो वो होप फुलफिल हुआ, ठीक है. एंड नॉट वेरी यूफोरिक अबाउट इट बिकॉज ऑलरेडी मेरा 5 बुलेट डाउन है,
श्योर।
ठीक है. एंड मैंने सोया भी नहीं था ढंग से. एंड दैट डे आफ्टर डे 1C गॉट ओवर, आई थिंक आई प्लेड कैश फॉर अनदर 1 hour, 1.5 hours. And then I went home and slept. Not for too long, but I just slept. मतलब that
नेक्स्ट डे
was the
वाज डे 2,
first I had a decent sleep in Goa. Not a very good sleep as per standards, but a decent sleep.
एंड नेक्स्ट डे वाज डे 2।
Next day was day 2 around 1 p.m. only. तो मैं आया, ठीक है. And I played, and I think Mr. Vineet Kumar was sitting right next to me, who was the
ओके,
PLO,
यस,
WPT PLO winner, PLO event winner.
आई नो,
So he
या।
was just sitting next to me with a very good stack, very close to my stack. And he also got some, early double ups, busted a couple of guys. In fact, he busted Gunjan Mal. I remember that, and a couple of guys. So उसका stack मेरे से काफी ज्यादा हो गया. So I was literally, ट्रेडिंग पाथ्स कॉशियसली. बहुत ध्यान से खेलना पड़ रहा था क्योंकि इधर से अगर मूव ले लेते तो फिर आई वुड हैव हैड टू शट डाउन.
करेक्ट।
सो मैं आराम से, एंड प्लेइंग सॉलिड till as long as he was there in my game, right? So this was the strategy, and then gradually I started gradually going up through the day 2,
एंड डे 2
at
वाज
one
बीइंग
point
प्लेड टिल टॉप 9, ऐसा था?
till top 9, till the final table, final 9. सो एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम में बीच में एक हैंड आया था जहां पे मैं क्रिपल हो गया था. नॉट मेड डिड नॉट मेक एनी बैड प्ले और पुअर प्ले, बट आई वाज जस्ट ब्लाइंडिंग डाउन.
करेक्ट।
सो टाइम आया था जिसपे मेरे पास पॉकेट फाइव्स था, एंड वन गाय रेज्ड एंड आई शॉव्ड, एंड ही कॉल्ड विद पॉकेट टेंस, ठीक है. आई वाज द वन एट रिस्क, एंड आई हिट माय सेट ऑन द फ्लॉप.
ओह, वाओ,
एंड वो स्टैक से मेरे को थोड़ा सा ब्रीदर मिला.
लीडर मिल गया।
हाँ, एंड दिस वाज द सेम गाय हु बस्टेड थर्ड ऑन द मेन इवेंट,
ओह,
on the final table, I'm sorry. the same guy. उनका नाम मैं भूल रहा हूँ. So he's from Andhra. I think from Hyderabad only, if I'm not wrong.
Kiran
So
Bondu, is it?
yes. The same guy whom I gave a suck out in, the King 3 versus Ace King. We'll come to that. But, I took a double off from, I got lucky and I hit my set. But I'm
Wow.
not complaining. I think in tournaments, to win tournaments,
Yeah,
you
these are, it's a normal part of the tournament. Correct,
but
correct.
I think I should say this, if he watches your podcast, yeah, I'm sure, you would appreciate the fact that I'm bringing this part into the picture. So I got lucky against him. I admit it. Otherwise, you would have busted me there only. And then I went all the way. And then, when 14 or 15 players were left, I think 14 players were left. I was the shortest stack. उस टाइम तक चल रहा था. It was free flowing and, up and down, up and down. But by that time, I was very short. ठीक है, 14 जब players बचे हुए थे. I had like 50K were the blinds and I had like 3 lakh stack, around
5,
5.56
6
people.
bigs. Correct.
The next guy after me had more than at least two to two and a half times my stack. At least. Okay. So, and from there, by the time the final line was decided, I was again chip leading
Class.
to FT. So you can check it in the WPT.
I did. Yeah.
So by the time the FT decided, from 14 players, when I was down to five and a half BBs, and the next guy was more than had double my stack to chip leading by the time the final line came. So
Wow. Coming to final table, right? And on the table, you have with you people like Abhinav Iyer, and like, I mean, if you've been following him, you would know कि अच्छा he is a legend himself, right? वो एक बहुत बड़े tournament player है, played all across the world and everything. So, how was the thing going into the final table next day? Chip lead. तो आपके mind में क्या strategies थी ऐसी कि यार I will not mess too much, चुपचाप top 3 में तो finish कर लो, बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा है. I'm just trying to think randomly, okay? Was those questions there? Did you ever think I will not play a hand against Abhinav Iyer? I will not do this specially. How was the mentality going into the final table? अगले दिन कैसा था plan?
So the thing is that game se pehle, so I had a very good sleep that day. Before, so I did not go and hit the cash tables after day two ended. Okay, and a couple of well wishers of mine. I'd like to mention Mr. Anil Adhiani. He busted. He was the FT bubble for the main event. We were playing in the same table. He's also from Kolkata and a well wisher of mine. And Mr. Rajat Singh, he also qualified for day two. So we were just talking to them. I was just talking to them after my day two, and they said that I said that shall I hit the cash tables? It's a process that I love. So they told me that no, Prasith. I mean, we understand, but this is a time. This is a time where you need to step back and rest and have a very good sound sleep. Don't hit the cash tables, and life में ये मौका बार बार नहीं आएगा. And this is their experience, right? Otherwise, I would have probably hit the cash tables. तो मैं गया और फिर मैंने सोया. And this is an experience that I have learned. Whenever in the near future, God willing, if I make a very very deep run in the tournament, run deep, it's just sleep. Leave aside every other commitment, every other thing. Just switch off your phone or silent, put it on silent mode, and just sleep. Because good sleep is very 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 important, and to be hydrated. We'll come to that once I'm coming to the final table. So this is what happened. I slept and I came the next day, and also
Strategies क्या थी? Strategies क्या थी?
strategies
Yeah.
मतलब यही था कि play good foundation, good solid poker, not make any fancy plays, right? Even though I had the chip lead and I could put pressure, I did not, to a
Okay, so you
point
had a
where I
plan there
was
कि मुझे pressure नहीं डालना है. मतलब मुझे वो खाली फोकट chips नहीं घुमानी है.
नहीं गवाना है, because I out of all people understand how hard it was to get those chips. Now I just told you कि 14 से मुझे, when 14 players were left, I was about to be busted. Everyone was
14 out of
coming to my
14 to
table.
1 out of 9. Correct.
हाँ, so everyone was coming to my table कि देखने के लिए कि भाई पेजम भी था प्लस कि कब बस्ट हो रहा है. And I finally retorted saying कि भाई मैं इतना जल्दी बस्ट नहीं होने वाला. I'll be there. Thankfully I was. So FT में it was just pure solid play. ठीक है, I got discussed with some of the people, including these two people. They said that obviously Avinav has a lot of experience. He was the deserving winner also. मैंने interview में भी कहा था after the win, because he just got two bad beats back to back.
Oh.
So इसके लिए he was crippled, right? So I was so anyway, जब game start हुआ and I was blinding down, दो लोग out हो गए, so 7 players were remaining. And I think that time I was the shortest stack, not by a lot of margin, but I was the shortest stack. तो मेरे पे ICM नहीं था. मैंने थोड़ा
तो आप
मुझे
वापस
ICM
7 out of 7 हो गए थे. Got it.
yeah, 7 out of 7 or 6 out of 7. I'm not sure. I think 7 out of 7 because मैंने
Sure.
just I took a glance around and I knew कि मेरा chips जो है मेरे जो stack है वो
Shortest है. तो ICM
shortest है.
प्रेशर नहीं आपके ऊपर. Correct.
तो ICM pressure मेरे पे नहीं था, but I still waited. राइट. तो मैंने थोड़ा सा आईसीएम के बारे में आई हैड नो नॉट मच आइडिया अबाउट व्हाट आईसीएम वाज. तो
Sure.
मैंने आईसीएम के बारे में थोड़ा सा देख लिया था. इट्स नॉट
Sure.
बिग डील. ठीक है, जस्ट वही है कि पे आउट्स को थोड़ा सा नजर रखना है और अपना स्टैक को प्रोटेक्ट करना है.
Correct.
ठीक है, स्टैक प्रोटेक्शन एंड स्टेइंग इन द गेम, सर्वाइविंग इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन गोइंग फॉर दोस चीपीवी स्पॉट्स. ये भी मैंने पढ़ा था उस दिन. ठीक है, तो आई वाज सर्वाइविंग एंड देन एट वन पॉइंट आई नीडेड टू
मतलब.
needed a hand desperately. Okay,
Correct.
but I was first holding on, and then comes the hand. I had aces, so I think in cutoff or something.
And
Okay,
someone else
and
had queens, right?
sorry,
And you ran into queens, right? Aces into queens हुआ
ace
ना?
queen,
नहीं.
ace queen of
Ace
Abhinav
queen.
Bhatia. तो वो shove कर दिया, open shove कर दिया. He had a very big stack. ठीक
हाँ.
है, and he got a stack by very poor play by the other guys. ठीक है, because उनको लग रहा था कि Abhinav was also blinding down, but the other guys made a move against him and he snap called him and he got a huge stack. So he
Got it.
opened and I had aces. I called. He had ace queen suited, and the flop, the run out was in my favor. And then I got the stack and I became the chip leader of that final table for the first time after the FP started by a small margin though. But I had the chip lead. And then I was making those slight adjustments that I had to make. And yeah, it turned out to be well, it was going smooth selling. I never lost my chips. I was I was there in the top three chip counts after that hand.
Got it.
Okay. And then the elimination started happening after 7 6 5th 4th, and then came I'll talk about Abhinav Iyer's hand also. One was against Amit Tejura. Amit Tejura shoved with pocket fours. Abhinav Iyer had pocket queens and he hit a set. Amit hit a set. So that had a big dent on Abhinav's
Abhinav
stack.
stack.
And then after that, this guy who came third, I forgot his name again. So he shoved with ace deuce. He was also short stack, and Abhinav called with ace 10 suited. I think ace 10 of hearts. And that guy hit a deuce on the flop. So after that, he was crippled, and then I think he busted fifth. Right? He was really crippled. And then Siddharth Jolly, the guy who came fourth, I think he final tabled another event, the 50K closer, I think. So he's a very good player. And he took his spots really well. But then again, he got crippled down. So I made it. I made sure that once I got the chips,
You were maintaining your stack.
yeah, I was maintaining my stack. So I was making moves, but not that aggressive moves. कि भाई कोई भी दो कार्ड्स पे मैं घुसा दूं, है ना? क्योंकि मुझे एट द सेम टाइम इंश्योर करना है कि ये चिप्स मैं घुसा सकता हूँ. बट इफ समवन वेक्स अप विद अ डिसेंट एंड दोस प्लेयर्स वर गुड, ठीक है, तो दे विल टेक द स्पॉट.
Correct.
एंड देन आई विल टेक अ हिट एंड देन आई विल बी सो मैंने वो स्पॉट लिया ही नहीं until the fourth guy busted, that is Siddharth. And then I think the very next or 1 2 hands later, this hand came. So three players were remaining, and I think I was the shortest stack by then, and not by a huge much, but yeah, I was. And so I was in small blind. Amit Tejura was in big blind, and this guy who came third, he was in the button. He raised, and I had king three of diamonds. So I thought, ki bhai, I'm blocking kings. I'm blocking ace king. Okay, and king three is not a bad hand three-way. So I shoved. Okay, because he has stack and he also kind of figured out the dynamics. So I knew he will also be, if I don't take this spot here, he'll run me over.
Correct.
And unfortunately, when he started thinking, no, after I shoved, I was like, oh my God.
हो गया.
Oh my God, this is a big punt. Okay, which actually isn't, if you see in the, long run, which isn't, you have to take those spots. But it was like, and then he called with ace king. And when the dealer opened those first three cards, no. So the first card that I saw was a three, and then the ace also came. It was like that. So three ace, I think deuce was there, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and I stood up. If you see the footage or if there are any pictures, I stood up after the flop, hoping ki bhai bas khatam. And then the miracle turn came. Two outer, I hit my three on the turn. And man,
Wow.
and I did not react because I knew what a big suck out it was. I did not react because it would have been really uncool. Okay, celebrating it because I was just stunned, and I can really think
Wow.
how the other guy felt when he got the suck out. And I was just quiet and stunned, and he was crippled. Like he had two BBs, I think, after that, 2 or 3 BBs max.
Wow. What
And
a
I could
double up.
feel it was the very next hand. After that, I got a massive chip lead. And the very next hand, Amit Tejuda, so I fold, the button was on me, I fold. Amit Tejuda shoves and he's called with 410 off. He was so tilted after that, right? And Amit Tejuda had 810 and 810 holds. And then it was the heads up match.
Perfect. Wow. Crazy stuff. Heads up पे आ गए. Heads up पे I heard आप लोग के बीच में deal की बात भी हुई थी एक बार. And that time
Yes,
you all were not equal stacks. You were chip leading, right?
yes. I think I had 16 million and he had 8 on 8.5 million
So you
or
had
9.
2x the stack, almost 2x the
Almost,
stack.
almost, almost.
So what happened? Deal की बात, were you inclined in your head कि यार deal ले लेता हूँ? Because 86.6 was up top and second was 56, I believe. So about
57.
57, so about 1 crore 35 lakhs. तो अगर दो
Correct.
लोग के बीच में divide करना, तो what happened that time? क्या हुआ deal की बात?
So again, Anil Bhaiya or Anil Adhiani was there, and Rajat Bhaiya also said, Rajat Singh Ding. I just mentioned these two people because they really helped me because they have played tournaments before.
Sure.
Not, and so they said that, I had not much of an idea. I knew the deal, but I was like, okay, let's carry on. Okay, I was ready to play for it all anyway. So, but they said that, yeah, you can approach him for a deal. I approached Mr. Tejuda, Amit Tejuda, for the deal, and I said, we'll do it as per chip stack,
ICM.
ICM,
Correct.
ICM deal. So he denied it and said that, we'll go for equal chop, which to me made no sense. So I was like, fuck it, let's play for it all. ठीक है, जो होगा अब देखा जाएगा. And yeah, and then and a couple of things that I knew was that he's a veteran in the live tournament circuit. If I'm not wrong, I haven't heard about him, but some people said. So I knew that if I give him the chip lead at any point, it'll be difficult to come. And he was playing very solid and tight, and you know. So I always knew that I had to have the chip
Chip
lead over
advantage.
him because अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो there's nothing to leverage on. So
Wow.
at one point of time, he almost got equal to me in chips or in stack size, but never crossed my thing
Let
stack.
let's let's come to the final hand. Let's come to the final hand. मतलब बहुत सही hand था. Ace king versus king queen, right?
No, king queen versus ace six.
Sorry, king queen versus ace six. Sorry, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. He's got ace
so
six. You have king queen. Yes, please, if
king
you can
queen.
explain the hand.
So the my strategy was very clear. My strategy was very simple. Just keep the cheap lead and gradually cripple him. एक हैंड
Correct.
में फैंसी प्ले करके एग्रेसिव ब्लफ करके कि वो फोल्ड कर देंगे. No, I was not expecting that also, and he's a good player. If I was making those aggressive moves, probably he could have called it down with second pair or low pairs or ace high also. So I knew that. तो मैंने in fact प्री फ्लॉप ही मैंने कुछ हैंड्स फोल्ड किया है. प्री फ्लॉप मैंने कॉल ही नहीं किया उनका रेस because I
Got
had
it.
shitty hands, even though you are supposed to defend more and with the chip lead definitely, but I just let it go. Just plain basic theory कि नहीं खेलना है, गंदा हैंड है, नहीं खेलना है, और अच्छा या कुछ ढंग का आसपास का हो, play. ठीक है. और and if I felt that he is showing strength, just let it go even if I put some chips, but maintain that chip lead. And gradually क्या हुआ. And since I come from a cash game background, so generally I feel that cash game players have an edge heads up compared to tournament players. If I have more chips, 100%, I'll have the edge. Okay, so I was playing my game, and then gradually came a point when he was crippled. मतलब उनको spot लेना था, एक अच्छा hand में डालना. And king queen is a decent hand, यार. I think his
Absolutely. सवाल ही नहीं है. I think that was,
king
yeah,
queen is a decent. So I limped and he raised, and I knew what was my move. That was to shove, because उसके बाद भी if I at that point of time I had some a stack कि अगर मेरे को दो बार भी मैं उनको डबल अप दे दूं, फिर भी मैं गेम में रहूंगा. एक बार डबल अप दूंगा तब भी शायद उनका स्टैक मेरे बराबर ना हो. And if I would have given him 2 times double up, then also I would have survived in the game. Probably crippled, but survived. So मेरा स्टैक इतना कंफर्टेबल. तो किंग क्वीन था. I just he raised, so I limped from the button. He raised, I shoved, he called. and then the moment is there, you know.
River was
So
a king, right? The river was a king.
the river was a king, and so Danny, the the organizer of the event, so he was constantly saying, kya kya card khul raha hai flop pe and mic, and then I just put my head down. It was a real emotion, real, matlab,
Yeah, we all
nahi
saw
ho
the
raha
winning moments. I'm going to put it here. Uh,
था.
yeah, the winning moment was actually very crazy. आपने पूरा आपका head ही छुपा दिया था. You were looking down, not
हाँ,
wanting to
मतलब
play.
इट्स बीन अ लॉन्ग लॉन्ग जर्नी मेरे से, और नहीं हो रहा था. आई जस्ट वांटेड इट टू एंड इट राइट देयर. ठीक है. एंड आफ्टर द टर्न कार्ड केम, आई थिंक डैनी मेरे मतलब मुंह के पास माइक के आया, एंड ही वांटेड सम कमेंट्स फ्रॉम मी. सो आई जस्ट सेड कि नो कमेंट्स. And then the river came, and so this guy who hugged me was Mr. Anil Atyani, the
Okay.
one whom I was saying, and then Pratif was also there, Mr. Pratif Saluja. He's also a veteran. I think he came third in one of the WPT
Sure, sure.
Cambodia.
Yes. He's
So
a good online crusher as well. So
he's
he's
a good
a,
online
yeah.
crusher as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he just tightly hugged me, and then that's it. That's it. Then I realized that it's finally over, and you have reason to celebrate.
Wow, man. Wow. There has been like so much up and down, right? आपने chip stacks घुमाई, chip stack ली. There have been good moments. There have been moments which where luck was involved. Crazy stuff. यार, how was the winning moment? Winning moment कैसा था?
So the winning moment, if you see, like I was again, not going overtly with the thing, but at the same time, I was showing that I was very, very happy. And so I hugged those guys, and then I just raised my hand a little bit to show that, yeah, I'm ecstatic about it. And in my Instagram also, so I posted, the final hand, 8 photos I posted showing different stages of the emotion, and the last uh,
Is the win.
picture was that I had gotten up and I was just looking at the table, and just nodded, my head tilted this way, and my lips just showing, like, just to show that how unbelievable the feeling was, and
Crazy,
yeah,
crazy, crazy. I
and
mean,
that
even
is
if you're
when
saying it, I'm feeling it so much that I'm sure when you must have felt it, तो आपको कैसा feel हुआ होगा?
so yeah, since you are also connected to me on Instagram, वहाँ पे वो फोटो, मतलब 8 photos मैंने carefully select किया था एक के बाद एक, to show the final stages, and the last one was the thing, where I finally gave a reaction कि भाई क्या हो गया ये, है ना. And yeah.
Wow, man. Crazy, crazy. What are the plans with this money? क्या plan है?
So
कुछ
ये
plans
बहुत
किया ऐसा?
important. So ये बहुत important है. So I've decided कि since anyways not playing poker as a profession or regularly, so I have decided कि complete 2 महीना तो break देंगे.
Oh, wow.
ठीक है. कुछ कमिटमेंट्स थे फाइनेंशियल, वो कंप्लीट करना है. ठीक है, बिकॉज दे आर लाइबिलिटीज. सो वंस दैट इज डन, बाकी का जो बचता है, which is all my commitments are over, then you gradually start grinding back from the. So what I count, what I said at the start of the thing also, ki, I am also still the same person, just that it's my bank roll has grown by a few lakhs. So
Sure.
खेलना वही है. And then it's not like, let's say I'm playing X amount, so I'll go to 2x or 3x the min buy.
Correct.
No,
That'll be a way to blow it up. Correct.
and देखना है कि gradually gather, because now that I have some more amount in my bankroll, so I can take the variance or swing even more, and
Correct.
I'll have an edge anyway there, right? So फिर gradually देखते रहना है, and now that the upswing is here, I'm sure the downswing will also come, as I
Let's hope not.
मालूम ही है कि पोकर इज अ गेम ऑफ वेरिएंस. तो अगर अच्छा साइड भी आ रहा है तो बुरा साइड भी आएगा, तो बुरा साइड के लिए भी यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड, राइट. एंड देन जस्ट go through the process and wait for the next सक्सेसफुल मोमेंट, जब मैं आपके पॉडकास्ट में फिर से आऊँ और फिर से आप मेरा इंटरव्यू लो या पॉडकास्ट.
Let's hope downswing ना आए. Let's hope downswing ना आए. But मुझे कुछ अच्छी परचेज के बारे में बताइए. कुछ तो परचेज प्लान होंगे. Not the right way of managing finance, but when you you make some a lot of money, you feel like अरे यार अब ये चीज तो हो जाए. ऐसा कुछ है जो आपने कुछ प्लान किया है?
अभी तक तो ऐसा कुछ प्लान मैंने किया नहीं है
हाँ.
जेन्युइनली, क्योंकि मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूँ. सो जब मैंने जीता ना इवेंट, तो उसके बाद द पीपल जो कि कोलकाता से आए हुए थे, सो दे सेड कि भाई पार्टी कहाँ है, पार्टी कहाँ है. तो मैं इतना ड्रेन्ड हो गया था कि मेरे को 2-3 दिन तो लगे मुझे बस वापस एक
नॉर्मल होने में.
हाँ, वापस होने में, बिकॉज कार्ड्स इतने ज्यादा हो गए थे ना. तो दैट वाज व्हेन आई टुक अ रियल ब्रेक फ्रॉम 2-3 days फ्रॉम पोकर. इवन दो आई वॉज इन गोवा। ठीक है, मैं गया था, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं कैसीनो नहीं गया था, उसके बाद भी गया था, लेकिन आई वॉज प्लेइंग वेरी स्मॉल, नथिंग फैंसी, थोड़े टाइम के लिए खेला, वापस आ गया। ठीक है। और एंड देन आफ्टर द लास्ट डे व्हेन आई वाज लीविंग गोवा, आफ्टर दैट आई वाज देयर फॉर टू टू डेज। ठीक है। तो आफ्टर दैट लास्ट डे व्हेन आई वाज लीविंग गोवा, दैट वाज द डे आई फेल्ट गुड। सो इवन जो कोलकाता में, तो उनको भी मुझे जो है ट्रीट वगैरह जो देना है वो यही दूंगा मैं। वहां पे कुछ किया नहीं, मैं सिर्फ लास्ट डे पार्टी किया था एक बंदे के साथ। ठीक है, गोवा में। दैट वाज इट। तो मैंने सिर्फ एक ही दिन चिल किया था, वो भी लास्ट डे आने से पहले। और
गॉट
यहाँ
इट।
पे जो भी होगा वो होगा अभी। रिगार्डिंग द परचेजेस, आई एम एज आई सेड कि मैंने मेरे कुछ कमिटमेंट्स अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुए, तो वो
गॉट इट।
कमिटमेंट्स खत्म करने के बाद मैं सोचूंगा कि क्या कर सकते हैं। मे बी मैं एक जगह एक, नॉट रियली एक्सपेंसिव परचेजेस, लेकिन शायद मैं कुछ एक्सपेंसिव वेकेशन पे जाऊं, है ना। दैट इज मोर, कुछ पिक्चर्स मिल जाएंगे मेरे प्रोफाइल के लिए, कुछ लाए। ठीक है, तो
नाइस।
ऐसे। एंड बाकी तो यार
फेयर इनफ।
ऐसे मेरे कुछ कुछ एक्सपेंसिव डिजायर तो है नहीं, टू बी ऑनेस्ट। ठीक है, बट देखेंगे, देखेंगे एज एंड हाउ थिंग्स रोल बाय।
Nice. You also won the trophy, and with that came the WPT passport for the main event. जो I think US में होगा, right? $10,400 की buy-in,
यस
which is
यस,
8
WPT
lakh
का।
की, yeah, okay, 8 lakh rupees की buy-in होगी एक event. You are going to play that, and there's a $5,000 passport further that you have won, which जिससे आप
या
multiple WPT events खेल सकते हो.
यस, फॉर द टूर्नामेंट, प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट। सो दैट इज द रीजन मैंने 2-3 दिन और रुक गया था, वरना मैं आ जाता पहले। तो उनको, सो दे आर वेटिंग फॉर अ कंफर्मेशन फ्रॉम द WPT टीम। ठीक है, तो उसके बाद जब कंफर्मेशन हुआ, तब मैं दोनों ट्रॉफीज घर पे एक ही साथ लेके आया। तो दैट इज व्हाई, एंड आई वाज आल्सो रिक्यूपरेटिंग फ्रॉम दिस एग्जॉस्टिंग ग्राइंड, कि थोड़ा सा रिकवर करूं। आई वाज स्विमिंग, टेकिंग सम, मतलब आराम से उठ रहा था, आई वाज
अमीरों
स्विमिंग
वाली
एंड,
जिंदगी बाद में. How you feel after winning a massive event?
हाँ,
I'm
मतलब
sure.
जस्ट ट्राइंग टू रिलैक्स एंड आई told my family about it. Again, they were happy that I am happy with it, and obviously, the finances got, uh, the finances, the payouts were pretty decent, so they were happy for that. But at the same time, they haven't changed. They still want me to have a regular job, and not get into this full time, which I also don't want right now at this point, because then I feel, this is what I feel. I'm not in any way offending the professionals, but I feel that when you get into this professionally, you stop thinking about this as a game, and enjoying sometimes, because that's your bread and butter, right? So I think for everyone, every new guy who is winning,
Fair enough.
willing to come and play this game and hope to get something out of it, do not take this as a full time at the starting. Please have a regular life, have a regular job.
Enjoy the experience with this while
Yeah,
with
but
your other
enjoy
things.
the experience with this. You will probably find it exhausting. आपको लगे कि यार रात रात जगना पड़ रहा है, या टाइम पे ऑफिस नहीं जा रहा हो, बट enjoy that grind, because अगर आप वो enjoy नहीं करोगे और आपको लगेगा कि हाँ मैं सब छोड़ के यही कर रहा हूँ, आराम से उठ रहा हूँ, आराम से then जब बुरे दिन आते हैं ना, तो you will not be able to find any shores. You will be in deep sea and you will not know what to do,
Very,
right? So
very,
that's
very
why
valuable advice. Very valuable advice there.
please guys.
Absolutely, man. Completely agree to your points. मतलब बिल्कुल, and this is something which people also ask me. Very young 20-21 year old guys जो भी last year of college में होते हैं पूछते कि यार मुझे full time करना हो तो हम like सोचो भी मत. पहले आप 2 साल आपका काम करते रहो, ये करो, and see what are you enjoying that life. Can you make it happen for yourself, and then think about it. अभी तो सोचना भी मत. So absolutely
Exactly.
right.
First know what is grind actually. लोगों को
Correct.
लगता है grind मतलब सिर्फ मतलब सब छोड़ के,
खेलना है.
understand the life grind, understand the realities of the it, क्या problems होते हैं इसके साथ, face करो वो चीजें। उसके बाद जब आता है तब आपको पता होगा कि आपको करना क्या है ना। मेरे को भी फ्रिक्शन आया है, अभी भी आता है family से, है ना, अभी भी आता है आफ्टर विनिंग दिस, बट दैट इज लाइफ ना। आपको अपने लोग, यू हैव टू लिसन टू एवरीवन, यू हैव टू अकोमोडेट देयर थॉट प्रोसेस, या उनके जो इच्छा है आपसे, एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू हैव टू मेक स्पेस फॉर व्हाट यू वांट, व्हाट यू लव, एंड दिस इज हाउ लाइफ गोज ऑन, राइट? They keep you
Absolutely.
grounded, and that is what is important.
Last thing that I want to really cover is with this success, I'm sure it's crazy. You will also bring in a lot of poker players, your friends from engineering who will see this. A lot of people who will want to aspire to be able to get such scores. Uh, also I feel that a lot of brands will want to work with you or maybe associate with you. Is there something that you've thought of कि आप ऐसा सोचते हो कि ये चीज का और आप क्या value, like, is this something which you have in your mind? Is it there?
Yeah, it is there. Absolutely, it is there. So now that I people know me, okay, I have something to show in my poker resume. So I have approached two companies. I told them ki why don't you make me part of your sponsor pro, or part of your marketing I mean player and marketing team, because I as a player, what I can bring to the organization is, you can call this the Chris Moneymaker moment of India. I'm not bragging about it, but imagine that if I can do it, I want other players, more and more people to come into the community. Poker is still, it's growing in India, thankfully, and it should grow. This game is really beautiful and very good, right? Being very kind to me, and I'm sure it will be kind to others if they follow the right process. That is. That being said, more and more people should come into the game, play into the game, increase the community. And I think my story, how I, from a nobody to somebody, that will inspire others to come. And when, the brands or people, people who are promoting this game for a long, long time, as you said, I have approached two companies. I said that this is what you can market my thing as. And it is a believable and very down, they can see it in front of their eyes, no? So this is what
Sure.
additionally, it will be good for everyone. The game grows, the community grows. So yeah, I think and through your coveted platform and this
Arey,
podcast,
thank
I
you.
think I can reach out to more and more people, especially the youngsters who have the passion and the hunger to try something new. Please do come and try out this game. This is a beautiful game, and if I can do it, surely you can too.
Nice. Prasith, thank you so much for this. I mean, we can talk about, there are so many more questions which we could talk about. I want to talk about the philosophical side, कि happiness कब तक रहती है, कैसा feel होता है. But what we'll do is we'll save it for another podcast. We'll save it for day 2 in this also. And
So, are we having a day two?
we have to
I
have a day 2, yaar. Why not?
Great, great,
We
great.
have to have a day 2. आपका WPT passport, when is that event?
The US event is, I think, between November 24th or 26th to December second week, I think.
Got it.
So yeah, that's what I haven't really. अभी तक तो मुझे वो नहीं मिला है, official communication नहीं मिला है, but they said that they will communicate with me via email. Within 1 or 2 weeks after the event is over. I'm sure those guys are also busy because their events keep going,
Correct.
happening all over the world. So I'm sure I'm looking forward to their communication, and then accordingly we'll take things from there.
सो मे बी वील डू डे 2 जब वो भी शिप हो जाए उसके बाद करते हैं. उसके बाद तो मैं यूएस ही आ जाऊंगा आपके साथ करने को
Touchwood,
पॉडकास्ट.
touchwood अगर हो जाए तो ठीक है.
एब्सोल्युटली मैन.
एंड उससे पहले देखते हैं, अगर इसके बाद डीपीटी
या
अगर हुआ तो डीपीटी में भी आई विल होपफुली go there and communicate again, interact with more and more people, and hopefully have a decent score. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Prasith, for taking time out and being very nice about the entire thing. Like, you were really quick to actually respond to me. Thank you so much for that as well. Thank you, man. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me over. Thank you. Yeah. Bye bye.